Hello and welcome to Eagle Talk. I'm Ben Vahey.
And I'm Shay Gauthier. Mother Nature has been on and off lately, but there was still some action in school and Brockport sports this week.
And the Rochester Americans closed out the regular season this past weekend as they prepare for the playoffs.
But first, let's kick it off with high school lacrosse. The undefeated Spencerport Rangers girls lacrosse team was in action last week. We had to see how they did. Spencerport in action Monday night as they host the Victor Blue Devils. First half, Rangers up by 2, make it 3. Aaron Quickendall slaps one in. Spencerport is up 6-3. Victor responds less than 2 minutes later. Eva Pronti finds Olivia Bruno, who beats Julia Britton for the goal. Victor down by 2. But Lily Deplama puts one in for Spencerport not long after that. Rangers cruise past the Blue Devils 18-5, the final.
The undefeated Rangers looking to keep that streak going as they host the Irondequoit Eagles Wednesday night. First half, Spencerport stepping on the gas pedal early. Lily DePalma takes the pass and shoots it top shelf for the goal. Rangers take the lead 1-0. Then Liv Fideli takes the pass from Paige Polheven for the drop shot goal. Spencerport now up 2-0. Irondequoit, they get on the board here though. Maddie Verhagen off a free position. Eagles down by just 2. But Spencerport, they're staying alive, baby. Staying alive. Why do I say that? Olivia Wall with the beautiful pass to Aaron Kuykendall. The ball touches the net, so it's a good goal. Count it. Spencerport cruises in this one, taking down Irondequoit at home, 13-3, the final. One other thing to mention, Aaron Kuykendall scored her 300th career goal on Friday out in Massachusetts as Spencerport won 11-10 over Notre Dame Academy of Hingham, and they dominated Wellesley Academy 18-6 Saturday in Massachusetts as well. The Rangers are currently undefeated with a record of 7-0. So Shay, what do you think so far about this Spencerport girls lacrosse team? 7-0, a lot of Division I players, and they're kicking some butt. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they kicked a lot of butt last year, so this comes as no shock to me that they are doing as well as they are because they've beat these people by a landslide.
Yeah.
So.
Well, remember, we had Aaron Kuykendall here in our studio. She was fun to have on, but she's really one of the best players they got. Not only her, They got Natalie Choate going to UMass Lowell. They got Cameron Sack going to Duquesne. They got Olivia Wall, who we showed, who's going to Cornell. So they got a really good one. As Kuykendall, we all know she's heading to Northwestern. So a lot of D1 players on that team. They're very talented. And Spencerport's going to be different next year when they're gone. So
we now shift to Brockport sports, where the only team home this week and weekend was softball. Brockport softball home Wednesday afternoon hosting Nazareth College. First inning, Casey Danko with a 3-run home run for Brockport. Golden Eagles up 3-0. But Nazareth would come back. Fast forward to the 5th inning. Now Jessica Mount with an RBI single to tie the game at 7. Nazareth takes game 1 of the doubleheader, 9-7 the final. Nazareth would go on to sweep the doubleheader, beating Brockport 6-1 in game 2.
Brockport softball looking to rebound Saturday as they host Oswego in the pink game for breast cancer. Oswego would get off to a quick 3-0 start in the first inning, but Brockport's Megan Cullen makes an amazing catch to stop any more runs from coming in. What a catch there by Cullen. But Oswego would have an answer for everything that Saturday as Aaron Sweeney picks up an RBI and gets the Lakers back on the scoreboard for a 6-2 lead in the 3rd inning. Now we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd inning where Brockport's Jessica Koneski tries to start a rally, picking up an RBI double, almost knocking it over the center field fence for the Golden Eagles to cut Oswego's lead. But the Lakers, they could not stop finding ways to score as Madalena Rubel capitalized it off an infield situation that was tricky for Brockport with an RBI single to extend the lead for the Lakers. Brockport looked like they might come back in this one, but Oswego was just too much as Rubel takes a promising shot and lasers one home in time to the catcher Emily Nowden to end the inning and halt any comeback Brockport had in mind as they take this one 12-10 the final. Brockport, however, did take the second game 8-5 to split the doubleheader with Oswego.
Brockport men's lacrosse on the road at SUNY Potsdam Saturday. Corey Chaburka lasers one in here. First quarter, Brockport up 2-0 when Alec Miller tickles the twine for Potsdam, cutting the Brockport lead to 2-1. Still in the first, the Bears tie it up. Josh Huiat unloads a low blast that splits the pipes. Game tied up 2-2. Second quarter, Brockport up 3-2 when Tate Murray scores on the doorstep for Potsdam, knocking the game at 3. Liam O'Connor scores here for Brockport, but not enough as Brockport falls to Potsdam 5-4.
Other Brockport scores to mention from this weekend: baseball finally got a SUNYAC doubleheader sweep, taking down Fredonia 4-2 in Game 1 and 10-3 in Game 2. Tom Kretzler hit a 2-run home run for the Golden Eagles, and Lou Missili was a designated hitter, going 3 for 4 with 4 runs scored and 1 RBI.
And of course, they just keep winning. The Brockport's women's lacrosse team dominated on the road at SUNY Oneonta Saturday, 18-7. With the win, the Golden Eagles are 6-0 in conference play and 11-1 overall. Heather Conklin led the way for Brockport with 6 goals, while Jade Williams knocked in 3. Allison Jennings and Hannah Cullen each netted in 2 goals apiece.
So what do you say so far about Brockport in action this weekend, Shay? I'd say the women's lacrosse team, they're dominant so far, but baseball getting to win. What do you think about softball? How are they doing?
Softball, I mean, you know, like it's one of those things where they have some really good players and they've had a couple of plays, and you know, it'll be interesting to just see what they do later on in the season.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed to see with Megan Cullen and Casey Danko so far. So we'll see how they've come in. As you saw, Danko hit a home run against Nazareth, and Cullen had that catch against Oswego. So we'll see how they do. They still got some time to improve, but they got some time. So staying with Brockport women's lacrosse, one of the players on the team is a 2-sport athlete here, one of very few recently. I spoke with Emma Nevers, who shares her story on being a 2-sport athlete. Never say never. That's what Brockport's Emma Nevers thinks about being a 2-sport athlete.
Being a 2-sport athlete this year has been pretty difficult so far, especially because I'm a bio major. So that being a sophomore, that's the hardest part of my major so far. And then not really having an off season has made it pretty difficult, but it's been really fun. I've been really busy.
Emma is a sophomore attack on the women's lacrosse team who already has scored 3 goals this season, including 1 versus Buffalo State. Nevers didn't expect to play this season. So what made her?
I played in high school, and honestly, I didn't really care for it in high school, but last spring I got pretty bored not playing a sport, and so I figured I'd give it a try, see how it'd work out, and it'd keep me in shape.
This is Emma's first season playing lacrosse. The past 2 sports seasons at Brockport were on the women's soccer team, where she played midfield and even goalie.
Offense in lacrosse flows a little more than soccer, I guess. Soccer, I play midfield, so I got to get back on defense too. So I don't really play much defense in lacrosse on Friday. So. I had never played in a SUNYAC game before. I had no idea what the competition would be like. I was just kind of there because I knew I had to step up for my team, and I did the best I could. And that has kind of given me like the experience I needed to be successful.
No matter what sport Emma is playing, she has the same goal in mind for both sports.
My goal this year is to make sure I'm always staying positive for my teammates, trying to be an example for just like a positive leadership role, even though I'm a sophomore. And I want to be a beneficial player on the field. I want to help my other teammates make plays. I want to make plays myself, just so, because I haven't won a SUNYAC championship yet, and I really want to.
In Brockport, Ben Vahey, Talent TV Sports. Nevers is unsure whether or not she will return to the women's soccer team in the fall, but her goal for now is to keep working on her stick work in the sport of lacrosse and continue to improve her skills in both sports.
There was a Sports Center top play in the local area this past weekend. St. John Fisher College baseball at Ithaca, and check this out, an Ithaca player hits a foul ball and Fisher's Justin Graham, the shortstop, runs all the way back for a diving catch into the wall. This is insane. It was the #1 play on Sports Center this weekend, and Graham and the Cardinals will be at Brockport this week to take on the Golden Eagles.
Now we shift to professional sports, where the Rochester Americans close out the regular season and are gearing up for a deep playoff run. The Rochester Americans closing out the regular season at home Friday night as they host the Binghamton Devils. First period, check this out. Will Borgen fires a shot from long range, and it somehow finds its way out of nowhere into the back of the net. Rochester up 1-0. But minutes later in the same period, this goal is a beautiful one. Kyle Borgen to Criscolo to Victor Olofsson, who just returned from the Buffalo Sabres. Amherst now in the lead 2-0. But then Binghamton responds in the second period. Brendan Baddock shoots one in to quiet the Blue Cross Arena crowd. Devils back to within a goal. And then Eric Tangrady takes the pass and topples one in to tie this thing up. Game all knotted up at 2 apiece. So we are going to be heading to overtime. And both teams get a point. But in overtime, Rochester just can't capitalize, and the Devils are on the power play. Nathan Bastian shuts the door on this one, slapping it past Adam Wilcox. That's it, game over. As I said, the Amherst got a point, but they fall to Binghamton on Fan Appreciation Night in overtime, 4-3, the final.
We just gave up too many goals in the second, didn't play our best, and yeah, we can't have that happening going into playoffs. So
we shouldn't be playing better on the road. We should be playing the same way everywhere we play, and you know, I just don't know what it is, and we try and do different things. We try and do everything we do on the road here, and then we try and change that up, and just for some reason we're not clicking for all 3 periods, and you got to play all 3 periods. You got to respect your opponent. It doesn't matter who you're playing, and you know, we just didn't in the second period.
Rochester looking for a chance to rebound for the North Division title Saturday as they head to Syracuse to take on the first place Crunch. First period, Amherst on the power play. Victor Olofsson takes his time and shoots a one-timer to put Rochester up 1-0. Later in the period, the Crunch come back. Taylor Radish at the right place at the right time to score on a loose puck. What a goal for Syracuse, as this game is now tied up at 1-1. As you can see, what a goal this was for the Crunch. Fast forward to the third period now, and Mitchell Stevens beats Scott Wedgwood on a loose puck to give Syracuse the lead. Syracuse crunched the Amherst for the AHL North Division title 4-3 the final. Rochester would rebound though Sunday, defeating the Belleville Senators on the road 4-2, setting the franchise record for road wins.
Wow, Shay, well, the Amherst didn't get the result they wanted in the first 2. They won against Belleville. We don't have the highlights of that game, but you can see they didn't get the North Division title. Syracuse was just a tough team. Yep. They've been crunched on them all year. You never know. But, hey, they luckily in the first round, they're going to play the Toronto Marlies.
Yeah.
And they've had a good year this year against Toronto. So what do you think the Amherst are going to go for so far? Do you think they're going to get a chance at beating Toronto? What do you think?
I'm also biased because I'm from this area. So I'm going to say yes, that they should beat them, but I'm also, again, I'm a little biased, but let's hope. Let's hope.
You never know. But
yeah.
I got to say, when they beat Toronto a few times this year, they have a better chance in the first round, but there's a good chance they could play Syracuse again if they make it past Toronto. So.
Ooh, well, we'll just have to wait and see for that one.
Game 1 of that series is this Friday at 7:05 at the Blue Cross Arena, and Game 2 is Sunday at 3:05 Easter Sunday, also at the Blue Cross Arena. So we'll see what happens. Well, that is all the time we have for Eagle Talk, but for Brockport and Section 5 sports action, as well as we said it, the Amherst in the Calder Cup playoffs as they host the Toronto Marlies in the first round, stay with us. We got you covered. Until next time, I'm Ben Vahey.
And I'm Shay Gauthier. Thanks for watching.